Buddha and came and gone. Or no, this Buddha are like not just going to come. This Buddha Akshobhya is according to Buddha Shakyamuni is a living Buddha right now. In the east direction of our world, in the east direction, there is a universe known as Midrugpa, of extremely joyful, pure land. That pure land really living Buddha right now. So today we receive the empowerment, receive the blessing. That means we're going to receive the blessings and as well as encouragement from this gracious living Buddha to activate our Buddha nature, our own these beautiful qualities. That is what really it is. So therefore, again, this Buddha Akshobhya is living Buddhas. Buddha Akshobhya, according to Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching, there is a big sutra teaching. In the Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching, Mahayana Sutra, and that is called Display of the Akshobhya's teaching. In that sutra, Buddha Shakyamuni mentioned that Buddha Akshobhya, once upon a time, he was bodhisattva. He pursued to the, again, enlightenment, to develop the bodhicitta, and he dedicated to serve to all the living beings with love, with compassion, with kindness, with respect and appreciation. And he pursued that so strongly, so courageously, so fearlessly, and then he became the Buddha. And Buddha Akshobhya's name is also in the Tibet is called the Midrugpa. Midrugpa in the Sanskrit is Akshobhya. What means? Unshakeable, undisturbable. Means courage and commitment, competence of that of the bodhicitta to all the sentient beings cannot be disturbed, cannot be undermined by any means. And that's really the meaning of the Buddha Akshobhya. He carried that name, not just a name, but he had that meaning. He kept that willpower with that attitude. He practiced it. He did all the beneficial activities of the 6 paramadas and then actualized as enlightened beings. So he became one of the great Buddhas. Particularly commitment of the Akshobhya is known as the special Buddha for all those heavily obscured by the obscuration and the karmas. Again, this karma is just, of course, we all heard so many times, but karma is, according to Buddha's teaching, is one's own deed, one's own mistakes of our due to the self-important, and because of self-important, we acted with such as very self-important attitude or the mind, which is known as then, such as attachment, grasping, clinging, anger, and jealous, and arrogance. All those are started with self-important or the ego clinging. With that thought, what is happening is when we have that thought, we don't see clearly exactly what things happen. We completely kind of, in a way, intoxicated by these emotions. And we don't see clearly, thinking of that, I'm going to defend. We have strong fears or scared. We're going to lose something, and therefore we act that to kind of defend that. Then that defend is become the obstacle. Eventually, it is really making this obstacle to us. Whatever we did activity with that is known as the karma. It affected to the others, it affects to ourselves. And this negative emotions, when it is activated, it not brings the joy, the peace, happiness to anyone. Nor that person who is in that state is not happy, not peaceful. So since it is a kind of purely is kind of like in a way negativities, and therefore it is then hurting to everyone, to you or to us, to the others, and that is not just a punition there. That imprint stays. Imprint stays, according to Buddha's teaching, it stays with the subconsciousness storehouse or in our mental state as printed. This is not just a printed, that is also going to multiply. In a way, we plant the seed. Exactly as we plant the seed externally with the farmer's pen and this autumn larva fruit bears. Similarly, our karma, we planted the seed in our mental status, whether it's good or bad, particularly these times like kind of bad or difficult, the cause of the difficulty, troubles, and that bears many fruits. Those are known as heavy karmas. According to the gracious teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni is teaching all that what beings are going through, different challenges, the difficult situation, is no other than really the karmic activities. Karmics are, all, as I said, it is one's own deed at the beginning times. And so how are we going to clean? How are we going to purify that? No one else going to clean for us. Also we have to clean ourselves, we have to purify ourselves. Because we did ourselves at the big first places, we should also clear away that by ourselves. And how are we going to clear that way? Really full of joy, full of bodhicitta, full of kindness, thought for all sentient beings, and such is the practice of the Buddha Akshobhya. Then we can really clear away all those obscurations and the difficulties, the troubles. And the teaching often say that negative has no good qualities at all. But one is the really good quality or good kind of part of the negativity we can clean away, we can clear away, remove that. That we can do. Otherwise, it don't have any good qualities. And by this practice such as Akshobhya, we can clear away that. Particularly because all Buddhas, such as Buddha Akshobhya, Buddha Manjushri, Cherezai, and Vajrasattva, and Amitabha, each Buddha, or generally, of course, all Buddhas, enlightened beings, everyone is really Buddha. But however, their previous commitment of the bodhicitta, each Buddha has a specialist to help to the sentient beings. And Akshobhya is one of the very special helping to all the sentient beings to clear away, remove the heavy karma in the teaching said. Buddha Shakyamuni repeatedly said, Akshobhya is one of the really powerful practices to clear away the karma and as well as heavy karma. And heavy karma means those are heavily bad karmas of the negativity that saturated and that really kind of making a lot of troubles. In particular, 3 lower realms: hell realms, hunger ghost, and animal realms. And those realms, if we practice and meditate to this Akshobhya, thinking of all those living beings, and then really it will help to all these beings, according to the teaching of the Buddha Shakyamuni, and as well as all the great masters. So this is what this Buddha Akshobhya is. Buddha Akshobhya can be also understood similar as Buddha Vajrasattva, or Buddha as Akshobhya, Buddha Vajrasattva, and all these Buddhas are very special Buddha and the purifications. They are similar. They are like different emanations. They are different aspects of the to benefit to all the living beings, to everyone. So therefore, this is known as now Buddha Akshobhya. And as I said, Buddha Akshobhya is a living Buddha right in the now, in the pure land of the Ngompargawa, in the eastern directions, according to the teaching of the Buddha Shakyamuni. So that is what the Buddha Akshobhya is, and the Buddha Shakyamuni give highly, when Buddha Shakyamuni give this teaching, he praised the Buddha Akshobhya so many times and again and again. This is the Buddha, when you if you like to have difficulty, troubles with emotions such as anger, ignorance, attachment, jealousness, hatred thoughts, all the arrogance. If you are having difficulties, ourselves if we are having that difficulty, it's good to practice Akshobhya. If you see someone else having that difficulty, troubles, if we practice and meditate on the Akshobhya, that really will help that. And this is, so therefore, Akshobhya is one of the special Buddhas to really clear away all the negative emotions and result of the negative emotions. So that is the one really Buddha Akshobhya teaches. And then the Buddha Akshobhya teaching is a very popular practice to all the Tibetan Buddhisms. Every Tibetan Buddhism practitioners are really practicing out of this Buddha Akshobhya is very popular. But this teaching is particularly connected to the Nyingma schools of Tibetan Buddhism. Generally, Buddhism came to Tibet in the 8th century, as many of you know. In the 8th century, and brought by the great Guru Padma Samye, Master Shendarakita, and Khenpo Tsewang Rinpoche, they all come together, establish the full body of the Buddhism in the Tibetans. And this then ever since it really become the one of the very beautiful and very rich country of the Buddhism. Really, they've been practicing. They're not just only Buddhism established at the academic level, but they've been practicing, meditating exactly what the Buddha told, or Padma Samye told, or the great master Chandarakya told. They practiced it, and within that time, at that era, in the 8th century, so many Tibetan practitioners really reach enlightenment, highest realization by practicing both male and females. And then that inspired so many Tibetans and become so calm and peaceful, so many beings like that. And then teaching was strongly rooted in the Tibet until now. Tibet become one of the beautiful, really Buddhist countries. And of course, there is always difficulty, troubles, and all emotional problems. But comparing to the many other those different histories, looking to the Tibet, I think is one of the really quite good, peaceful country because of the duty of this great teaching of the Buddha Shakyamunis. So this, and then of course, this also in Nyingma school. There are many teachings of the Akshobhya practicing this, so many. But this particular teaching is then brought by great master Khenpo Tsewang Rinpoche. He put it together, and great known as great known as Shakyamuni, and this is the what the who revealed that teaching, but great master Khenpo Tsewang, who put together, added these, so then he put more kind of blessed again with these teachings of the Tirtung Shakyamuni, and that was how this teaching came. And this teaching again become very popular teaching in Tibetan Buddhism. It is a part of the collection of all the Nyingma Terma teachings done by the great master Khenpo Tsewang Rinpoche, with the encouragement of the great master Pastor Chinze and Pastor Kongtra. They become one of the greatest, or some of the greatest masters in the Tibetan Buddhist history, or maybe in the Buddhist history. They really become so great masters. They are learned, they are realizing beings, and they are full of the love and compassion and wisdoms. From there to every aspect that you look to them, they are the perfect beings, the really beautiful beings, such as uphold the teaching of the Buddha, from the morality to the concentration to the wisdom level. And that's what's known as in Buddhism 3 extraordinary trainings of the practice. Extraordinary practices of the morality, extraordinary practice of the concentration, extraordinary practice of the wisdoms. Truly they become some of the great masters who have kept up that, yet so humble, so simple, full of wisdom, full of compassion, thoughtful. Really, that's just these masters. So these are the timely master came just before Tibet going to have the big troubles. They gathered all those teachings, put it together, and in particular Terma teaching by this great master Khenpo Tsewang Rinpoche, as I said, encouragement and support from all guidance from the Pastor Chinze. So this is the part of this teaching, and this teaching become very popular and continue ongoing lineage teachings now, and this teaching, I also particularly received this teaching from Khenpo Tsewang Rinpoche, and that is really my introduction of these ceremonies. Now we go to the actually empowerment.